So, from what you've seen on the previous episode, we're still in the same position. So, Dave's smiling. It's D-Day for the 309. I've ordered some more bits to try and troubleshoot, like just eliminate other issues. So, I've got a relay, I've got an ignition barrel, so we can hopefully turn it off a key. I've got some new spark plugs.
You know,
with
the
fuel pump.
You know, with the ignition barrel.
Yeah.
Did you get all the locks in? Just in ignition.
I ain't getting that far in.
No, I just thought I didn't know if you brought a lock set and.
So we have got a plan B, and we'd like you to kind of comment and let us know if it's a good idea, because we can like get rid of all these injection problems with if we put it on carbs, like Weber carbs. Dave's a bit against it.
So you know with carbs,
yeah,
these are the ones that have to be set up every time.
They do.
The weather is different, isn't it?
It is that. So they are a bit.
Couldn't we go with?
Don't say throttle body.
Throttle body.
No, because then you need an ECU like this, and then you need to use injectors like this is using what we are not working at the minute. Where carb is obviously.
I'm sure. Wasn't your 205 on carb?
Yeah, it was not.
And every time I went to start it, you couldn't touch the pedal, and then it was like, we had to give it half hour to start up. Then you had to get under the bonnet and tweak, and you had to go right, a little bit to the left, there you go.
Like
a bit to the right.
Carbs, it's not set up right, or like mine, it was set up, but for only when it was warm.
And we live in England.
No, I meant when the engine was warm.
Oh, when the engine was warm.
But no, they can be a bit temperamental, hence why everything went to injection, because it's a lot more easier. But the other problems we've got is still there's a lot missing from this engine bay. There's the airflow metering unit. We ain't got one of them. Even if we had one second hand, they're quite expensive. You can more or less get new reconditioned, but they're still expensive. We're missing the airbox, we're missing the pipe work for that. There's a lot still missing. So carbonate may be the easiest way to get it up and running. And
oh no, it'll run.
yeah, it'll run.
It'll run, whether it drives.
They sound good. They sound wicked.
No, your 205 was pretty decent, to be honest. It was.
Fast. So, yes.
And one of you lucky people are going to win it anyway, so...
Yeah, so what would you want? Would you want a Weber?
They're going to say turbo, aren't they?
Turbo. Oh yeah, let's turbo it and just completely...
Alright.
Do you supercharge it?
How's it gone from, oh yeah, but we've got to pay for a £500 airbox. So if we carb it, we get rid of that issue, but they're 1,200 quid. But if we turbo it, which is probably about £3.5 grand.
Yeah. So that's our relay for the mechatronic
Don't leave your address on there.
Oh yeah, don't show my...
Your address is on everything, mate.
Look at this, Jack. Peugeot, genuine.
Oh, you showed me.
Sparkies.
Ignition barrel and keys. And that is a fuel pump kit, which hopefully, because you can't really buy original fuel pumps, hopefully it'll work.
You got to make one.
Got to make it. So
Why don't we just put a jerry can under the seats
Make it or break it.
and use that other S3?
right, let's fit some bits and we'll go from there, eh? Start with the ignition barrel.
Yeah.
All our problems will be solved by this ignition barrel, won't they, Stokes? That's what you told me.
I won't say solved.
I quite like that switch. Where's it gone?
This steering rack must have been dropped down. I don't plug into it. Oh, no, does it?
That's alright, that is.
Don't know why.
Does that mean if it fires, it'll still run on its own?
Or
is
No, you can turn it off
now with that, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turned off properly and that.
So as you see in previous episodes, Jack and Stoke spent hours trying to start this, and I come over and I got it kind of running. So I'm going to work my magic again in a minute, and I. So.
You're your bits, mate.
Mate, I did my first service the other day. I know everything.
Dave, the plug's like.
Yes, I know. So I'm going to match it up.
Yeah, but
so that way there. I know I can. You can do it. Look at that. Oh, do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Still smells like
Horrible, innit?
varnish. You see, it smells actually like. Oh my god.
So is this out of that?
Yeah.
Why have you put that in the back of there?
It was just so it didn't go on the floor.
Yeah.
with all that.
Why didn't you just leave it in the... Why didn't you leave it in the fuel pump? I might do an episode on your Audi. Why not to buy a car off Richard?
What to look out for?
Damn it, that must.
We've been trying to get this out of this, and we've just realised that it's just a bit crusty. So Richard has put this on this, and has had a go at me and said, watch, don't break that. So he's just done this, and yeah, as you can see, he's broke it.
And broke his finger at the same time.
And broke his little finger. So his missus ain't gonna get tickled, is she now?
You don't need this tea bag anyway.
You don't, you want that don't you? Don't you think we should give it a little clean?
Dad, you want some ignition or
We've still not got power then?
Not, well, that hasn't got power.
So the relay hasn't got power. That may be why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the injectors aren't
Kicking in.
firing.
3, 2, 1. Nothing. 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 We've gone backwards, haven't we?
So is the ignition turning on?
It did, yeah.
Good.
Oh,
Jet-
oh, oh.
Oh,
She's not for sale. Oh, it's on fire, fucking hell. The only thing we've managed to ignite is a small fire out of the manifold.
And the whole of the subframe's covered in petrol. So.
what you knew about mechanics and stuff?
I do, but I'm good at fires as well.
You stop it, you like it now.
Yeah.
Dave, don't.
Jack, I think you should get this one insured as well.
Tell them what you've done.
Dave's been.
No. So, Stokes come up with an idea of blocking the hole down here because, I don't know,
No,
if
Cosy
four...
Dave said to block it.
Oh, Cosy Dave, right,
You
so...
received a lot of paper.
So,
You let me show them first.
So Cosy Dave said to block this hole up. So I blocked it up with some tissue and it sucked it up. So what pasta in it, you gotta...
I know what you're going to do, Dave.
Spaghetti.
Look at that.
Why is it that much in there, though?
I don't know.
Why is there that much in there?
I don't know, Stu.
Did you shove a bit in, it disappeared, and you shoved some more?
No, I just put it in and it stayed there and then we pulled it out.
Look how much is there.
Why are you having a go at me?
You bunch of plebs.
I don't know why you're having a go at me. Like, I was like, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just start sticking tissue in holes for the crack.
Oh, whole blue roll in there.
Blue roll.
What have you just discovered, though?
The inlet is full of tissue. That isn't from us, though. Someone's
There's no...
They've chucked this. That's why it's not starting.
All of them. And that
There,
one.
look, can you see it? That's all been to pieces, and someone's just lobbed that
But
in there.
why?
So that's been to pieces and someone stuck that in to stop stuff going down. That hasn't sucked up there.
Do you think they put it on when they took the inlet off?
And then someone's cobbled this back together.
Without taking the tissue out of it?
Yeah.
Without taking the tissue off, and that's why it's not
Fucking
starting.
Christ.
And that's why it's only running
On one cylinder.
on one cylinder.
Dave with his retro merch.
Original. Where we started.
You got the fire extinguisher.
Still not started after all that. As you can see, I've changed. I'm going shooting. Peace.
We've swapped the injectors over now. Probably going to just double check the firing order on the plugs, and then we'll go again and see if it can run.
Is it just literally the HC? Well, okay. There was tissue in the inlet.
So let's start from the beginning. We didn't have no injectors firing. Then we sprayed an easy start in, trying to get to run an easy start, but obviously easy start weren't working. Couldn't work that out. So I thought I'll pull the injectors to change them with the 205 injectors. Noticed blue tissue. We thought, oh, we've sucked up some blue tissue. I thought I'll whip the inlet off because there was quite a lot in there, and then we realised the whole of the head was full of blue tissue. So, like we keep saying with this car, we think someone's just cobbled it together
to sell it to us idiots.
Yes, to make it look better. So they've whacked that on there now, and then, like I just said, I'll double check the firing order with, because we've had these plugs in and out, and 1 and 2 was the wrong way round. So I've changed that round, and
yeah.
Should we try again? Just see if it's in.
What is that?
I don't know. I got the fuel pump on, but that runs.
Thank God.
Oh man, do you know how long? I mean, it might be only 2 minutes for you, but this has been taking us about 2 weeks now, hasn't it? Not even.
I think this is the 4th day.
Yeah.
But we started simple. We never thought there'd be tissue in the inlet.
I've never known someone put an inlet back on and leave the tissue in there. Saying that, I have done it before with pipes. I've shoved tissue in like the throttle body and then accidentally. But like I said, if you're cobbling it together to get it quick, or I don't know, to tidy it up to make it look a bit better. So the engine runs.
Thank God. Should we take it out then?
Yeah. But we don't know if the head gasket's gone on it or whatever, but it runs, so that's better than nothing.
Yeah. After all that stuff we tried, connecting the fuel
We're still,
system.
I mean, the other thing is, like I said about the carbs, we could go down that route because there still is a lot missing on this engine. Like I said, to get it all the engine complete, do you know what I mean? There's still, like they say, the airflow meter unit, and there's loads of bits. So even if we did to get, well, we have got it running, but if we say we wanted it to run and idle and drive, it still needs loads of stuff on it. But at least we know it's a good engine. It's not, well,
yeah,
started
completely nailed anyway. Should we send? We'll send Dave a little video, yeah.
Yeah, Dave's gone off shooting. He's
a man about town, isn't he?
Man about town.
Or a man about field or whatever. 309 fires up now, we've got all the tissue out there.
A bit like you, weren't it? Bunged up.
Yeah, it's hay fever. But before we drop the engine out of the 309, we need to get the engine out of this 205. So we're going to get that out now.
It's kind of, like Jack's saying, that's got no wheels on. We go and take the engine out of this and subframe off and wheels and that off that. We've got 2 cars on the ramp that we can't get off. And that 205, like Dave says, if anyone's interested in the shell's not that bad. Let us know. I think he said he sold the engine to someone.
Yeah. If you want the shell, there's nothing else on it, there's no doors or anything like that, but well, it's
Lamborghini orange, man.
It is what you see here, that's what you're getting.
So message us.
Yeah, go on Instagram or something like that, message us if you're interested in it. We're going to drop the engine out. If no one has it, we're going to scrap it in a couple of weeks. So.
Yeah. So, going back to the raffle on our lovely 309, so you guys can win it. We've had a couple of little ideas, haven't we?
Yeah, so the first thing was thinking, we wanted to do like a limited edition t-shirt. And I know we haven't even got our regular t-shirts out to anyone yet. But basically that t-shirt would come with 1 entry to a raffle ticket. So you pay like whatever for that, you get an entry. But also, you could buy the stickers separately. So if you didn't want the t-shirt, but you fancied...
So Jack's just going to explain now. So basically the sticker
Yeah, the sticker will be numbered 1 to
Yeah.
however many we decide, we need to sell. So when you get it, you'll have a sticker with a number on.
Like 26 or something,
Yeah.
and that's your entry number. So if we did
Yeah.
the draw,
And
26 comes up, you've won the car.
And we'll take note our end of who's bought what, and then if you did want a T-shirt, for example, but you wanted to enter twice or whatever, you could buy 1 T-shirt but 3 stickers or something like that.
That'll get you 3.
Well, yeah, if you bought 1 T-shirt and then 3
Yeah.
separate stickers, you get 4 entries essentially.
A bit like Willy Wonka and his golden ticket, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think we're trying to think of like the best way to do it, but I think a bit of merch never hurt anyone, did it? But then for people who don't necessarily want to buy 10 T-shirts all the same, you can buy this sticker separately. That's an entry as well. Come the end of the project, or whenever we've hit a certain amount of tickets sold, we do it.
So basically,
But we are going to cap the
I'm coming to you and go, I do fancy a bit of that 309, but I don't want to buy a T-shirt. What's the cheapest way to enter that? And you'll go to me, we'll just buy a sticker.
Yeah, so buy 1 sticker.
And that it
That's
gets you an
essentially
entry. And you're like, yeah, I'm happy at that.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it. And then we are going to have a capped number of tickets, so
Yeah,
we
which
won't sell any more than a certain
Yeah,
amount.
so before we even run this actual raffle, is it? Yeah, basically, we're going to let everyone know, obviously, the price of the ticket and how many entries there will be. We're not going to go, oh, the entries have gone up now and keep, do you know what I mean? Once it's to a set, because we need to kind of, that's why we've been kind of tinkering with this to see if the engine works out. Because we've got to look at it on our end, how much this is going to cost. We could say to you, oh, we only want X amount for that car, and it costs us twice as much to do. It's just, it's no point then, is there?
But at the end of the day, it's we want to do it, but we've got to at least probably recoup the money it's going to cost to do it.
Yeah, like we're happy at that, because at the end of the day, it's content for us. But how we look at it is, you're getting something back from doing it. We're getting the money to do it off you guys technically, but then instead of us keeping it, it goes back to one of you guys who's bought a ticket, which that's what we want to kind of do with that 309.
The thing is, at the end of the day, we'd only sell it, come the end of the project, we'd only sell it anyway.
Yeah.
We don't know how desirable these are, but for a $5 or whatever, you could potentially win it, and then you could do whatever the hell you want to do with it. You can sell it yourself or
drive it off a cliff.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. Just make it simple for anyone, and then if you want to buy multiple tickets, you could buy 100 tickets if you really wanted to.
But if you're watching this and you're interested, please put in the comments saying yes, we'll do that, because at the end of the day, we're only getting feedback of what people write in the comments or give us messages for, which we've been having good feedback about it, because we was in 2 minds at the start. We weren't too sure what we wanted to do. We had this idea, but we kind of needed the feedback of you guys to say, yep, I'd be interested. That's fine with me.
At the end of the day, you can win a car, can't you?
Yeah. So
and it all helps us out, doesn't it? At the end of the day, so
right. Anyway, enough of waffling.
Let's get this engine out.
Let's crack on. Dave's really busy shooting stuff. Why does he always has a laugh, doesn't he? It's just me,
Yep.
on his car, and he still charges for it anyway.
20 minutes that took, didn't it? In and out, shake it all about.
Yeah. It's one donkey out. 1 donkey. Before we go, we're going to probably have another go to, because we haven't actually sent Dave a video of that, have we?
No.
He's probably blown someone's head off and he's well, he wouldn't be in prison. They'd feel sorry for him. accidentally blowing someone's head off. No, hopefully no one's blowing their head off. Dave's got a rifle, Eddie. What are you doing clay pigeons? How's he shooting clay pigeons with rifles?
I have no idea.
Was he doing it from 150 yards or something like that? Or was that?
I'm sure we'll find out later on.
Remember, it's yours.
This could be yours. All this.
I said you can win this. It's running now. Bolt some seats into it. Don't look at the smoke.
Yeah, because that's probably.
Was it coming out the ramp? Or did it just travel up the ramp? Looks good though, doesn't it?
Are we signing off?
Shall we?
Are we done?
Follow, like, share and subscribe. Is that how Dave does it?
No, not in that order. That'll do. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit today.
See you there.